So welcome to the first garden chat of 2019. This garden chat series, I kind of start them up sometimes in the spring or summer, and we try to keep it going till fall or winter. Whenever everything kind of dies out. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. is when we actually release any garden chat videos that we do. So hopefully we'll be able to have these videos released once again every Thursday at 7. It'll be scheduled, so if you have time, please check it out. Today's garden chat though is going to talk about, if you know the channel, all of our garden chats actually come from the Bible or from scripture, right? But it relates to gardening. Most of the Bible relates to gardening. If you read it, God is like the master gardener, right? The Father is the master gardener, right? Think about Solomon. He was thinking, like he was deep in thought. And he was thinking about all this kingdom and everything he was creating and building. And then he got sad about it. And he got sad because he said, all of this is vanity. He was like, everything I'm toiling for, everything under the sun I'm doing, I'm gonna die and leave this behind to God knows who. Right? He said, you don't know who you're leaving this stuff to. And we're trying to teach our kids how to do things. But if you ride around your neighborhoods, all of these houses were owned by somebody probably before you, some family. And you have trees. Like I have these two pear trees that whoever lived here before must have planted. And now here I am, I'm instead of it. Now I'm taking care of it. Now I'm the steward of it. Those people never thought, I guarantee you, that mom and that dad, when they was planting those trees, they said to themselves, man, my children and my children of children will be able to eat off of this tree. But when they passed away, their children sold this, right? Or whatever happened, eventually they sold it. It's not in that family anymore. So I was thinking, as I was out and I'm planting trees, I probably been planted over 30, 40 trees. I have this high tunnel to the back, chickens, and just, gardening everywhere. And something came to me one day, and it was like, you do know that your children probably won't want this when they're older, that they probably move to New York or California or Oklahoma or Texas or somewhere. They probably won't even want to stay here. So I thought to myself, that was something that touched me, because I was okay with it. I say, I don't care. I don't care if they keep it. I don't care if they sell it. Heck, I might even sell it at some point in my life and move on. But if I plan on staying here until that day comes, but I don't know if they're gonna keep up the things that I've put, right? Because this is my life. Like, they're not gardeners, I'm a gardener, so I can't ask them or beg them. I can only try to instill it in them that this is a good way of life. To have control over your own sustenance, over your own food source, to provide for yourself. But in the end, the government still owns all of this stuff, so they can come in, and even if my kids want to stay here, they can come in and tell them, no, you got to move, or this has been zoned, government is taking back over, we're running an interstate through here. So why garden? When you think of all of that, why garden if you're really not leaving it to anybody? The government can come in and basically bulldoze everything if they want, right? But I garden for myself. Like, I do videos for YouTube, but I garden for my health, my family's health, and and just to enjoy myself. And that was something that Solomon said as he sat there in deep thought. He said, you know, the work of our hand and the toils of our hand is only to eat and drink and find satisfaction in that. And he said the only way we can get that satisfaction is in God, right? So even when we sit down and we get us a good harvest, I want you to remember that that harvest came because the Father sent it to you, right? If you've been like me, you've seen the good and the bad. You've seen plants to do awesome, and then you've seen plants to get destroyed. So think of that and keep that in mind. Like, what if everything you plant, the Father just let something destroy it? Then, I mean, what's the good in gardening? But every so often, every now and then, He gives you this great year that gives you, gives you that energy to garden for 5 more years through all kind of pest crap, right? So that's today's garden chat, is to think about that. That was Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. You can read that whole chapter. It's a beautiful read for people that are discouraged when their kids don't want to come out, when their children don't want to get involved. And you're doing all of this stuff for your family and you can't get them to come and do anything. Don't worry about it. Don't garden for them. Don't garden for your kids. Don't garden for your family. Don't garden for nobody but yourself. Like, find that satisfaction in what you're doing for yourself, because it's your life. Because once you're dead and gone, they're going to do what they want to do with it anyway. You don't know if it's going to be somebody that's going to follow in your footsteps, or like Solomon said, some fool that's going to take everything that you created and sell it off or destroy it. You just don't know. So don't garden for that, right? Don't garden to leave some great whatever behind. Man, it's gonna be, man, when I die, my kids are gonna have this and this, and man, all of that's vanity. That's what he said. He said all of that's meaningless. Solomon says that's like chasing the wind. If you can understand that. I understand that. I'm not chasing the wind, right? If they want a garden, fine. If they look to something else greater, that's their life. And I do want to teach my kids to follow after what you want to follow after. Just like I'm following after what I want to follow after. I don't want them to follow after me. I want them to follow after God. I want God to put something in them to get them going. They don't have to come back to see me when I'm 80 and 90, 130. They don't have to come back and see me, because I'm going to be living my life. So you make sure you live yours. Nothing else really matters. Don't worry about all the pests and the diseases and whatever the government's throwing out, all the news, all the wars. All of that stuff is like chasing the wind. That's here today and gone tomorrow. The only thing that matters is your happiness and your satisfaction, and hopefully that came from the Father. Peace. Grow, grow, grow.